Scorpios are feared, misjudged, obsessed over, and completely misunderstood. But yet, the million-dollar question still remains to this day. Why? Today, I will reveal to you the ancient esoteric truth behind why Scorpios are, in fact, the most misunderstood sign of the entire zodiac. And it is not what you think, but we're going to examine that deep truth right now. So first, to gain true understanding, we must first go back to the ancient astrology and mysticism, even before modern horoscopes came onto the scene. So in the Kabbalistic tree of life, Scorpio corresponds to the sphere of Devora, or the Sephira of divine justice and severity. So in other words, Scorpios hold a sacred charge, and that is to destroy illusion and uncover truth, no matter how painful. But this isn't gentle, soft, fluffy, bunny truth. Scorpio's truth comes with fire, death, and transformation. And that's terrifying for most folks. In Babylonian and Egyptian astrology, Scorpio was connected to the underworld gods, Nergal and Serget. And they were the guardians of the transition between life and death. And according to those texts, Scorpio wasn't just any random zodiac sign. Scorpio was a gatekeeper. And by the way, that energy, Scorpio energy, is not evil. It's just intense. And most people cannot deal with that. But unfortunately, Scorpio's intensity is oftentimes misread for secrecy, darkness, or cruelty. And that, my friends, is where the misunderstanding truly begins. So this is where I highly encourage you to take some notes and write down the fact that Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, and Mars, the ancient god of war. So this dual rulership makes Scorpios true warriors of the soul. And honestly, from my personal experiences, Scorpios is truly one of the only zodiac signs that can walk through emotional firestorms again and again and rise from the ashes and rebirth themselves again and again and again. And this is why they are so gravely misunderstood. They rarely will show their vulnerability. Scorpio is the only zodiac sign not only ruled by 3 very powerful energy sources, but they have 7 evolutions, or I like to call them transformations. And in their lowest form, yes, I have to be honest, they can sting the hell out of you. But in their highest form, they truly become spiritual and emotional and energetic alchemists. And esoteric astrologers believe this transformational power is so potent. Scorpios oftentimes live lives of karmic testing, and they tend to carry ancient soul wounds. And they also attract betrayal, intensity, and shadows, because they were literally sent here or born here to transmute it. So sadly and honestly, the average person sees their stoicism and says, oh my gosh, they're cold. Or the average person sees Scorpio's mystery and says, oh my gosh, they're hiding something. But in truth, they're just protecting sacred energy. And what people don't see is that Scorpios are truly deeply loyal, loving, kind, and incredibly spiritual, but they guard it like a vault. Esoteric mystics called them the silent mystics, souls who know too much, feel too deeply, and they must filter out all those who are not worthy of their truth. Now, this might truly blow your mind, but in ancient Arabic astrology, Scorpios are described as the heart of the serpent. And that is literally a reference to the Kundalini energy, which is the most sacred life force that is coiled up at the base of the spine. So Scorpios govern sex, death, rebirth, and psychic energy. And folks, that is not light energy. It's actually divine fire. Most people, well, they are simply not ready to handle Scorpio's love or truth or intensity. So instead, they'll mislabel it or misread it or fear it. Scorpio's life is a spiritual boot camp, and their pain births their incredible power. Their silence literally hides ancient knowledge, and their intensity is actually devotion. And honestly speaking, and this is coming from my own Scorpio heart and tendencies, a Scorpio will not become intense over just anything or anyone unless they truly love you, or if it's something they truly care about or are passionate about. So here's another way of explaining Scorpio's intense energies and emotions. It literally is their devotion dressed up in armor. So the next time you think a Scorpio is being too much, I want you to sit back, reflect, and ask yourself, are they too much? Or are you just afraid to face what they are reflecting back to you? And this is an interesting fact. But in ancient esoteric texts, they saw Scorpio not as the villain, but as the Zodiac's soul surgeon, literally cutting away all that's fake, burning what no longer serves them, and calling us all to rise up from our own ashes. And if you are a Scorpio, I want you to own your sacred fire. And if you know one, I want you to honor their mystery. I do apologize if you hear any sort of loud background noises. I'm still living in my temporary residence, which is currently an extended stay hotel. I will be leaving on a long road trip back to the West to visit my parents in about a week and a half. So I want to thank you all for supporting my channel. I am so close to getting monetized. I need about 700 watch time hours to qualify for monetization. And then I will be able to bring you all more valuable content once I get monetized. So again, thank you all for supporting me and watching my content. And if you found anything in this video that was valuable to you, I just would appreciate very much if you could just smash that like button for me and share my video with others, because I know there's probably lots of people out there that are very interested in seeking out and learning different ways to understand the Scorpio traits. And of course, you know, it goes deep with Scorpio. And I would appreciate very much if you could subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I know that you do not want to miss all of my upcoming episodes in my new mini-series, Scorpio's Book of Shadows.